think he was assigned to the United States, named ambassador to the United States on November the 28th of 2005. His time is about up, and we all regret that very much, because we aren't going to miss him when he leaves, but hopefully we can keep him around for a little longer. But I want you to meet one of the great ambassadors that we have had the privilege of knowing and serving under, Ambassador Petr Kolar.
Thank you, Ray. Thanks, Bishop Petr, Fathers, Honorary Consul General, Madam President, there you are. Dear friends, Ray, it's so hard to believe that this CV is for one person. It's so long that I should be dead already. Okay, well, I respect
we
that.
added a few items.
I respect that you wanted to speak longer than me, so.
Might as well take the time.
Thanks, it's trying hard, but I'll be longer. No, don't be scared, I'm trying to be brief. Well, first of all, it's great honor and privilege for me and my wife to be here tonight with you. I'm sorry it took so long time. We couldn't come on the October 10th because I had to be in Prague. We had around that time Vice President Biden there, and I had to be there. As always, the ambassadors have to. But we finally make it, and I'm so pleased that we could be here, because it's something so fascinating to see that building, to see all of you who contributed so tremendously, to see my, as we call them, cousin, Kolar, who is the architect of that building, and the fact that we were speaking about that, about your plans 4 years ago when I came here. Literally almost 4 years. We were here in January 2006, shortly after my arrival to the United States. So I remember that shortly after our arrival to the United States, we came here, and it was, by the way, probably the first trip out of Washington. And you were telling me about your plans, and I said, well, those people are quite demanding, they are keen, but who knows, you know, how long it could take. Now I'm here, the building is done. You have a beautiful chandelier, which reminds me the interiors of the Prague Castle. It looks like the original, really. And actually, this is the original, you're right. That's a copy of the original. No, it's the real Czech crystal, I like it. So I would say that for me it is so charging, and for my wife as well. We were speaking about that on the way to LaGrange, that we are really proud of you. We are very proud of people who came to this beautiful country, the United States, and this lovely, great state of Lonely Star, with nothing some long time ago, your ancestors. They came with some visions, they came with some dreams, they came with definitely very strong and deep hope that they will find a better place for their children, for their families, for their faith, for their freedom. They found it here, and they became very proud Americans. At the same time, they are keeping in their hearts the homeland of their ancestors. And it's such a nice combination to see these patriots, the real Americans, with the Czech heart beating on the left side for our common goods. The hearts which are beating for all of us who are really sharing the same values, the same principles, the same visions of the free world, where people could be really equal, where they could really enjoy freedom and democracy. and where they could build a better future for their kids. Every little piece, people like you are contributing, could finally, if it is made by all of you together, create something so beautiful like you have here today. And I am so proud that we in the Czech Republic could tell you today you can be proud of us as well. It's nice to be proud, vice versa. Of course, we have our ups and downs, we have our troubles, as every emerging democracy should have, because we are learning by process, and we are learning also thanks to our great friends from the United States. I don't need to remind you that our country, then Czechoslovakia in 1918, would not exist without the United States and without Woodrow Wilson. I don't need to remind you that our reborn democracy would not exist without the great President of the United States, Ronald Reagan. Today we are 20 years old. Our democracy is 20 years old. So we should be adult, and we should be also responsible. And I'm very proud to say that when Vice President Biden, I already mentioned, came to Prague this fall, and by the way, the new President of the United States, who was there in April this year as well, said something very important, that the United States would never turn its back to the nation, people of this nation, Czech people. And Vice President Biden said that you Americans are not now looking for what you can do for us, or you shouldn't be asked what you can do for us, for Czechs and other nations of Central Europe, what you can do with us. And I'm proud to take it as a privilege to work with the United States as a partner, as an ally, and as a friend. Friend who is not only asking for something, but who is able to offer something. I'm very proud to say that we are striving together for a better world, for a better planet. We have our soldiers together in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Western Balkans. We are ready to help those who are in need, and we are doing it together. That was the great investment of the United States to such a young democracy like we have there, and it's now our time to pay it back. And I know that we couldn't be so efficient adults without support of people like you. People who are our natural ambassadors, our natural allies in the United States. Those who trust us, those who really love us, and we are your kids. Now 20 years old. So, thank you very much for everything, what you were doing for us. Thank you for this beautiful place you built here, because it would remind other generation of people here what those Czechs who came to the United States were about and what they are about. People who were working hard, people who were really trying to build this beautiful country as a paradigm for all citizens of the United States. People who deserve our deepest thanks and congratulations. So my and my wife, congratulations. Thank you once again. Thank you very much for your hard work you are doing here. Thank you for your patriotism and for your heritage.